one of the pioneer artists of Bangladesh, Murtaja Baseer. Meet him at 2002. It was an important show in his life. The title is Kalema Taiba, that exhibition organized by Bangladesh Shilpakala Academy. After that, until his death, I privileged by him like a guardian, like a teacher, a mentor, friend. It's a great honor for me. Also, I learned many things from him as not only an artistic experience, how knowledge can be practiced, how communicate with people, how communicate with life, and how belonging as a creative person. So many incident, many experience I achieved from Murtaja Baseer. His interest area is coin, currency, social life, and many other things. So I privileged to use to his library, his collection, his knowledge, his research work. Within a short word, it's not possible for me to share my experience and achievement about great Murtaja Baseer. Being a writer and journalist, how I deal with Murtaja Baseer, this is a very important thing. It's an important thing for us. It's more than 70 years artistic career. I collected his journey from last 18 years or 20 years as physically in real life. But before, what about the previous one? So he documented his all contribution, all creative journey in his archive. So I can use it, I can enjoy it. In one word, I just want to say Murtaja Baseer is the idea of hope and in the idea of creative journey with research, with study. And also he is the symbol of his work, is the symbol of classical sophistication. This classical sophistication we can connect with European art history, with Indian art history or Asian art history. He claimed himself he don't want to be an artist, but interesting thing in his school life, he was studying drawing, painting, watercolor. As a socialist, as a leftist orientation for revolution and influence to change the society and make a new world, he was continue his journey at 1949 at the Faculty of Fine Arts, University of Dhaka. He also acknowledged by one of our pioneer artists, Aminul Islam. I think he was the important mentor and close friend of Murtaja Baseer. And Aminul Islam was advanced and tried to explore the knowledge of art. So he collected many books, many art reproductions and discussed with Baseer and other fellow. Studying at Faculty of Fine Arts, Baseer acknowledged by Shilpa Zainul Abidin and also Shilpa Guru Shafiuddin Ahmed. It's a journey of British Art School and related with Kolkata Art School. So we called it Bengali School. So this is orientation how Baseer claimed as an artist. But after studying up to 1954, he was trying to create his own language, and here he addressed by inspired by Paritosh Sen. It's about Western influence figurative work created by palette knife. This is a way to create his own journey for his next step. But after studying especially Florence, he claimed himself as a new Baseer. In between time, in 1952, the language movement, he's a very activist because, and his role of the language movement is very significant. His father, linguistics, social reformer, Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah. But after came back from Florence, he's studying his career as an artist. In that time, he is belonging with social life, ordinary life, early Renaissance influence, and some geometric influence. But his main contribution of his work to create a concept in a two-dimensional surface, how perspective is working with line and with composition. Second phase is the wall series. It's a very significant work. After that, his Epitaph for the Martyrs after 1971. Another interesting series, Jyoti, Eruption, Cantos, Kalema Taiba, and Wings. On the other hand, as a believer of socialism, he was doing many figurative works with his own style. This is in a small span, Murtaja Baseer work. His line drawing, his mural work as a print, research on coin and currency, also as a collector of coin, currency and stamp, matchbox. This is his life. Murtaja Baseer is a way of many dimensions. This is a very interesting contribution from him. We see at 1955 he formed a group with Sohail Jahangir and Qayyum Chaudhary. That show held at now National Press Club. There is a work, name is Waiting for Tomorrow. It's a portrait of Ila Mitro. The title, the expression of arrangement in the space with white color, with palette knife, that work make an idea to create his journey, how he make himself individually and how he claim as a different artist from any others. This is his struggling life. After back from Florence, he made a show at Dhaka. The response of the show is good, but whatever the appreciation to collect art or artwork or continue his struggle or journey, it's not up to the mark. So he went to Pakistan, Lahore and Karachi. He met with Faiz Ahmed Faiz at 1959. Faiz Ahmed Faiz proposed Bashir to come Lahore because he was one of the directors of Pakistan Art Council Lahore. So Bashir decided to go Lahore and start his career in a new way. I asked Bashir, why you went Pakistan, continue your journey as an artist? Why not you went Italy or any other country of Europe? He told me, I came my country to create my career as a artist here and also the obligation of family. But the thing is, why he decided Pakistan, especially West Pakistan, it's about gallery, art connoisseur, collector, art critic also exist in the time. He went to West Pakistan. At 1959, his close friend, dramatist, non-fiction writer Said Ahmed promoted him, stay with him to arrange a show. I think that is the first solo show at West Pakistan. In that time, he was recognized by art lover. West Pakistan have a good art market and also some structure to continue as a young artist to establish himself. Next, the priorities, Faiz Ahmed acknowledged him, promoted him and gave him a job as a drawing teacher or art teacher at Pakistan Art Council Lahore. He was depressed in that time because he was not at Dhaka with the parents. Also, he is living alone to create art. This is an interesting part of Bashir's career. After Transparencyism, this is another journey of Bashir's life. That work recognized by Faiz Ahmed Faiz or Altaf Gauhar or S. Amjad Ali and wrote on his work and recognized him as a contemporary Western influence artist. Here is an important issue about at 1960 at Karachi. He and artist Hamidur Rahman joined drawing show at Undivided Pakistan, and that is a very recognizable exhibition, I think. But after the period of 1960, he came at Dhaka, he married Amina Khatun, and after that his work is going to change. That is very structural, very strong architectural drawing, whereas landscape, cityscape, house, tree, human face, all together in a geometric understanding. Bashir claimed about this work, this is because of after his marriage, he feel that he is now in an organized structural life, and that was the output of those works. That work also recognized by West Pakistan art lover. We can see he was continuing his life with different incident, different experience, and also tried to put it in his creative journey, in his painting, write up many aesthetical understanding. This is a very interesting thing to claim as an artist, how life and art come together. This is a very important thing of Bashir's career as far I think. In West Pakistan, I heard from Bashir, he saw a collector, there is a Rembrandt work in his collection. So Bashir want to treat that. There is some good collector in West Pakistan in that time. That is a very important for his career because as a young artist to influence with lots of things and create some different artistic language. So Bashir can continue his journey up to 1970 at West Pakistan. We can see in that time, Zainul Abidin, Sohail Jahangir, Mobinul Azim, Aminul Islam, Muhammad Kibriya, also Qayyum Chaudhary, also participated and worked with East Pakistan in different sphere and also participated in different show. From 1949 to 1970, Murtaja Baseer traveling, moving in many cities. We can talk about Dhaka, Bogura, Calcutta, Karachi, Lahore, Rawalpindi. Baseer went there for study, to practicing as an artist, for show and for settle the life. So in the Pakistan framework, to contribution of his creative journey, In a one word, we can say his diverse character, his diverse creative journey. In later 1968, he started the mural Central Bank of now the Bangladesh Bank. He started his mural. It's called Evolution of Money. Later 1971, it is now Bangladesh Bank main headquarters. From 1949 to 1970, this period is a significant period of Murtaja Baseer. We can see some different type of work in his career, like figurative work and some series work of transparencism and the wall. From wall, he claimed abstract realism. It's a very significant word to understand the artistic experience in that sense. Also, in the total abstract art history, abstract realism is a significant idea to understand abstract art. Also, we can mention about his figurative work, where he used his early Renaissance orientation, how the two-dimensional surface is going to flat, minimum use of color, a little bit light and shade, and he draw it so simplified way. This is the contribution in that space, like some in Italy period and in Pakistan period, in Dhaka period. The figurative work is very simplified and very specific, and also we can say it's a very ideal. I couldn't recall the name right now. An art critic from Pakistan mentioned about his work. He was influenced by folk art. In between 1949 to 1970, these two major series of work created in that time. And another thing is, there is an important, very popular work at 1952 is Bloody 21st. It's a lino cut. This work is based on language movement. This is a very popular work in Baseer career. In Pakistan period, stage drama Aaj Ki Tareef and Do You Remember? He was the set designer of that stage drama. Also introduced with famous filmmaker W.Z. Ahmed. Helps him to continue as a assistant film director, art director, and also a scriptwriter later. Baseer Pakistan journey ended by his wall series and ended by his Evolution of Money mural series. After 1971, he started his new journey. That is another experience for us. But in the time of Pakistan, he lived especially at Lahore. He promoted by his good friend Faiz Ahmed Faiz, acknowledged him to be an artist. Also, Faiz Ahmed Faiz wrote about his work, especially about the wall series. He told about Baseer work, this wall was not created by imagination. This is very realistic thing. Baseer considered himself as a committed artist, commitment to the people, to the nation, to the art history, and create his own identity. At the end of the thing, Murtaja Baseer Pakistan journey or Pakistan period is very complex, is very diverse.